just 2 steps to autism recovery. And for final understanding, we are going to give you a proven start right plan for autism success and how to support your child's understanding, behavior, and health in just 8 weeks. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. Well, I am calling this masterclass as just 2 steps to autism recovery. And for final understanding, I do not mean recovery as in curing. No, you cannot cure autism because this is not a disease, obviously. By recovery, what I mean is we are channeling the child's struggles into success. What are the struggles? Your child not being able to sleep, eat, understand, focus in school. Maybe they have severity in behavior. Maybe they are angry, anxious, biting, hitting. All of those things, those are limiting your child's potential. Those are limiting your child's happiness. Those are putting a lot of stress in your family, in your personal life as well. So what we are going to do is we are going to learn how to remove these obstacles or transform these obstacles to a solution, a success. So we are going to give you a proven start right plan for autism success and how to support your child's understanding, behavior, and health in just 8 weeks. So those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Tasnuva, by the way. I have a little bit about myself in a while, so just hang in there. So here's what moms in our community is feeling right now. Here's what you right now are feeling. You're feeling depressed, you're feeling helpless, because I get a lot of DMs from a lot of moms saying that, Dr. T, I am depressed. Dr. T, I feel like I want to kill myself. There was a time when I wanted to kill myself too. I was suicidal, and I understand completely what you are going through. I want you guys to have an understanding, and let me know if this is resonating with you. Let me know in the chat if the obstacles that I'm sharing are resonating with you. If you have obstacles that are different from what I'm talking about, you can also share them in the chat, because that helps me understand more people. Because I have spoken to over 1,000 parents intimately, one-on-one, be it in DM, be it in clarity calls, be it in webinars. I have pretty much understood what obstacles there could be, but I could be not knowing the full spectrum of what you personally are going through. So let me know in the chat. Typically, an autism mom, you and me, I also faced all of these problems. The first problem that you and me, we are having right now, not me, I'm far above, ahead of all of this, because Alhamdulillah, Muhammad is doing so great. He's going to a grade school, grade 3 public school, and he's doing very nice, Alhamdulillah. So your child could be having effect in picky eating. Your child, one of your obstacles could be picky eating and brain fog of your child, because here is one thing you have to understand. A lot of the problems that you have currently with your child, be it your child stimming, be it your child eating clothes or eating wrong things, putting everything in their mouth, or not being able to liquids, or always asking for crunchy food, always asking for specific food, those are happening because of sensory issues, which is contributing to the picky eating. And then the other part of autism is brain fog. So when your child has brain fog, which is coming from the plethora of toxins in his system, that brain fog is going to affect your child's understanding. It's going to affect your child's gut health. It's going to affect your child's sleep, focus, when you ask your child to do something, he's not understanding what's going on. That is happening because of the brain fog. So if you can overcome picky eating and brain fog, you can actually remove 80% of your child's problems. The second problem you might be having right now is your brain is overwhelmed with the long list of things that you have to do, right? And you probably don't have the clarity or energy to do them. Clarity as in you don't know what will really work. You don't know what will really affect. The third problem that you might be having right now is you have already spent thousands of dollars or lakhs of rupees, whatever your currency is, and you haven't seen enough progress. So you might be burnt out, you might be not feeling faith, or you might be wanting to do something. People around you, they are saying, no, let's not try anymore, because what's the point? It's not going to work anyway. I have spoken to so many moms who say like, Dr. T, I am so ready to do this work, to work with you, whatever, but my husband doesn't allow me. Why? Because we have spent this much amount of money already in his therapies and it's not doing anything. Already in his biomedical and it's not doing anything. Already I have spent thousands of money on stem cells and it's not doing anything for me. Give me a break at this moment because I cannot do that. You have also not have a simple and effective map. When you take your child to therapies, sometimes in some countries, the therapy centers are so far and there is a lot of jams. So you go through all of that motion of going into centers. And then what happens is you are shunned from the child. You are sitting in the waiting room and your child is taken somewhere, maybe interested, maybe your child is screaming and not wanting to go inside the room. And at the end, what happens is there is no progress. There's no progress. There's no improvement. There is nothing happening or very little things happening that is not actually moving the needle or doing anything. Those are the obstacles that you are facing right now. So I want to share a little bit about the solutions that you need. The first thing that you need is a detox protocol that reduces picky eating and brain fog, because when your child is no longer a picky eater, he's going to eat a wide range of healthy food, which is going to give the nutrients necessary for brain to function well, which is going to increase the serotonin level, melatonin level, so that your child can sleep and feel better right away. It is that simple. The solution is actually very simple. The problem is we, because of our mindset of how we were raised socially and culturally, we believe that it's going to be really hard. It's going to be really complicated. So what happens is when you feel that something needs to be complicated and you are given a simple solution, you feel like it's not the solution. It is not the solution. But for me, what was different is I have grown up with so much trauma and so much complicated life situations. I always, previously and even now, I always look for easier solution. I always want an easier solution. A solution that is simple. Okay, so that is why I created my own protocols for myself, because I wanted to simplify the whole thing. So when you get your child to not have brain fog, if your child is not having the brain fog, then what happens? You talk to your child, he responds well. The teacher talks to him or asks him to do something, he responds back and he does those things. So then what happens? Your child suddenly becomes, quote unquote, normal. That's what we want, right? You also need a diet protocol that comes with how to in every step of the way. Every step of the way, if I give you, like, let's say you want to cook biryani, and then you get a very nice detailed recipe binder, which tells you how to wash your rice, how to make the spices from scratch, and how to do every single step, you can actually follow that because it's detailed enough for you. A lot of the time when we go to the doctors or to our healthcare professionals or even to naturopaths, they give the solution, but they don't tell us how to use that solution. So for example, when you take your child to a dietitian, they give you a nice diet chart. Now, who's going to overcome the pickiness so that you can actually follow the diet chart? Is it resonating with you? Let me know in the chat, please. Is it resonating with you guys? Because I had those problems come on with me as well. I was like, okay, you're giving me a solution that could work, but I don't even know how to use those things for my son because he was a picky eater. He could not chew. He had a hypotonia of all over his body. So that was really hard for it. The third problem that I personally faced was most of the things were really expensive. And yes, our main program is also expensive. I don't want to be purported as a hypocrite because I'm not saying, yes, I have a program, ATS6MD, which is expensive, but that is not for everybody. And that is not to shame or blame certain capacity. No. What I am trying to say is there are other solutions that could be affordable. And we're going to talk about one affordable solution at the end of today's webinar. So stick until the end. You need a simple, affordable map to get started and to at least go halfway so that you can prove to yourself, prove to your husband, prove to everybody around that it is working, so that everybody can then support you and guide you and provide you the resources that you are lacking right now so that you can move forward. So many of you have been working on your child for months or years, and you are burnt out. If you have a question, please write in the chat and I will get back to them at the end, or my team is going to answer you, inshallah, because if I start answering the questions in the middle, I will lose track of everything. So you need a short yet intensive period of work. For example, 8 weeks. You start doing something, start following a simple protocol. You follow it for 8 weeks. You start seeing results. And then you actually have a system that is running on its own. That is what you need. That is what you seek, actually. Because if I am telling you, you need to follow the protocol for 2 years, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I cannot do it. Because I am tired. I am exhausted. I am beyond depleted. So, which is also why we work very deeply with the mother, because we know how depleted you guys are, and you are actually the racehorse. Your child is just the passenger on you. Your child is going to reach as fast or as far as you can take your child. So if I am not taking care of myself, if I'm not teaching my students how to take care of themselves, how to increase their energy, how to not feel overwhelmed in the head, they are not going to be able to follow the protocol. What are the 2 steps that you're going to learn today? You're going to learn our diet and detox foundations, and you are going to have DIY version of our strategies. So you will get a bunch of PDFs as well, which is going to help you to start the DIY part on your own. And for those of you who want to go past the DIY phase and want to work with us, there will be an option for you to join our winter school. I'm going to talk about this at the end. So let's give you some more support. And what PDFs and things that you're going to get today is I'm going to give you our DIY detox guide, whereby it's step by step you can start working on the detox so that you can reduce your child's sensory issues and brain fog. Okay, I'm going to give you a picky eating guide. I'm going to give you how to make food tasty guidelines, which inside our big programs, all of our students are using, and they'll love that. I'm going to also give you access to early bird bonus and our slide deck. A few of the results that happens to our students are these. Within 4 weeks, our students can start seeing results. That is the beauty of having a solid system, which is simple to understand and implement, and a lot of support that comes with it. So what we are going to do is I'm telling you this. You just need 2 steps to get started in the right direction, and then finally end your experimentation. Because many of you are actually in the experimenting phase. Experimentation means you are trying this, you are trying that, you don't see the results. So actually that is the experimental phase. So you have tried several things. You have probably bought a lot of detox sprays. I don't want to name names, because if I do, then I could fall into, legal difficulties. So you and me, those of you who buy things, zeolite, fulvic acid and sprays, and you just need 2 steps to get started in the right direction. I'm not saying it's everything. I'm saying you just need 2 steps to get started in the right direction so that you can reduce your overwhelm and create confidence inside of you that it is possible for you and it is possible for your child. That's it. That's it, actually. Because now you are thinking you are in front of Everest, you are in the base of Mount Everest, and you have no idea, you are a mountaineer, you don't know how to move over the mountain. And now definitely if I show you that, yes, you can rock climbing. Yeah, that's the thing, rock climbing. If I show you the ropes of this is how you're going to go, you actually can keep on going. So those of you who don't know me, I am a pharmacist. I did my honors and masters, B.Pharm and M.Pharm from my Bangladesh, from my university alma mater, which is called Prime Asia. Those of you who are from Bangladesh, you might have heard that. I have a PhD in natural medicine from Malaysia. I have over 150 citations. I have over 10 plus papers, and I also worked as a journal reviewer, which means when I'm talking about science, I'm not just a person who do not have the medical background. I have the medical background. I have worked as a scientist. I have published paper. I have also worked as a reviewer for other people submitting their work to be published. So I know my shit. Okay. So I am a neurodiverse adult. So I'm 38 years old. I have experience of being on the spectrum for 38 years. and I have recovered a lot of my own deficiencies and struggles. And I have 3 kids. The middle one is on the spectrum, Muhammad. Many of you might know him. I have worked with over 400 plus kids inside our programs, and I loved every single minute of that. Now more than ever, autism, remember this thing. Autism is just a diagnosis, girl. It is just a diagnosis. Because here's the thing. There are some standards and questions that people, therapists or whoever, assessment people, they assess your child's brain power based on these criteria. So when your child cannot go through the criteria, they are labeled as level 1, level 2, level 3 autism. If your child no longer meets those criteria, what does that mean? You actually essentially can lose the diagnosis. In fact, research, the best part is this. Research has proven that 35% of kids on the spectrum actually lose their diagnosis. And another thing, autism was not rampant 10 years, 20 years ago. It is rampant now. So there has to be something we are doing as a collective consciousness that is contributing to autism. Because if it was totally genetics, then every single mom would be on the spectrum also. But I rarely see a spectrum mom giving birth to a non-spectrum, spectrum child and mom together. Very, very few. For example, I myself am on the spectrum and I have my child. But then I have 3 kids. The first one and the last one, they are not on the spectrum. They are just your neurotypical kid. The middle one is on the spectrum. So there must be something going on wrong in our lifestyle, in our food, in our agriculture, in our vaccination and medicine and all of those things. And I don't want to talk more about what causes problem. I'm going to talk about how to get away from the problem. Because for me, solution is way more important than any other. You have to work on your child's gut and brain so that you can work on their improvements. And you also need a solid mindset so that you can start, go through, and then finish the journey with ease. Because I have worked with a few students myself who would start the journey, share a bunch of wins, but then after 6 months, they fizzle out. Why? Because they did not work on their mindset trauma healing that I requested them. And so they are now stuck with however stage that they have gone in. I don't want that for you guys. I don't want that for my future students, which is why I now am very vocal about this fact. And I share very importantly that if you do not want to do the work on yourself, please don't join us, because even our $37 program, mini course, comes with mindset. You have to do something about your mindset. You have to work on yourself. Otherwise, it's not going to work.